It certainly calls for a congratulatory message to all those who stood up against the government's decision to regularize 147 contractual employees. This order was taken back, but there are reasons for doing so. And I am going to talk specifically about the timeline in which this has happened. The government had passed an order in 2016 whereby contractual workers could not be regularized. There was a matter in the court regarding 30 contractual workers who had been regularized earlier on, and there was a stay on it. Then in December 2024, precisely 17 December, and then followed up with a second order on 18 December, 147 contractual workers in the Department of Higher Education were appointed to the posts of assistant professors and librarians. There was a huge outcry, and the government was on the back foot because the CTAN and the NNQF took to the streets and protested against this, and protested against this corruption, I should say. The government stopped and they called for an emergency cabinet meeting, following which they appointed a committee of 5 members, which was unacceptable. If you have made backdoor appointments, how can you appoint a committee and allow those people to continue? And therefore, when the meeting happened between the Higher Education Minister, Mr. Temjem Imna, and mind you, remember him, because I'm going to come back to him a little later. He said that the regularization would be put on hold and it would be subsequently cancelled. Well, he was in the dock and this had to happen. He comes from the BJP. He is the Higher Education Minister. And in the meanwhile, there was an order, an interim order which came from the High Court as well in the matter of those 30 employees. And when this story broke, everybody got to know that this was not only contempt of court, but this was a serious violation of the rules laid down by this very government in 2016. However, now the government has decided to reverse the regularization of these 147 employees, and they will now be reverting to their original previous contractual status till the final report of the high-powered committee is submitted. But in addition to that, till the pendency of the case in the court, they cannot have contractual workers being regularized. Now, at a meeting, there was, and this meet happened in Kohima, the Minister for Higher and Technical Education, Mr. K.G. Kenne, he confirmed the cabinet's decision that this regularization was being reversed. According to him, it was due to the committee's findings till now. And isn't it strange that you formed a committee, a high-powered committee on 21st April, and on 30th of May, you reverse your decision? The reason for that is very clear. Not only have you been exposed, not only has the Higher Education Department and Technical Education Department been exposed, and there has been a huge outcry, but the ministers are being saved, whether it is Mr. Kenne or Mr. Temjem Imna alone. They are responsible for this. And even if I were to believe that it is only Mr. Temjem Imna alone's department where these appointments were taking place, but because the CTAN, which deals with the aspirants of the technical side, obviously, and those who've already qualified the NET, the NNQF, therefore, you have had to take a back step. And because the Naga Students Federation also came out in support, the High Court matter also came up for hearing, and it will be, there will be another hearing in the month of May, maybe second week or third week. I'm forgetting whether it's the 15th of May or 25th of May. But because of that reason, and to protect the BJP minister in the NDPP BJP Alliance government of Nagaland, Mr. Temjem Imna alone, the government has finally said that they're reversing this decision. We welcome it. This is a welcome sign. But if there has been a lapse, there has been a technical mishap, there has been something which is pointing fingers at corruption in the department, should a head not roll at least? A head, I'm saying. I'm not even saying heads should be rolling. The fact is that you kept this order in abeyance earlier when there was a huge outcry, but now that you are reversing this decision, it is important that lapses happened, and lapses happened for which somebody must be responsible. Who will be responsible in this? Because Mr. Kenya said, and I quote him, quote unquote, "This is a wake-up call," unquote. Now, if this is a wake-up call, what he was trying to say was that in this regularization process, there were certain lapses, and if similar lapses were going to be found in other departments, the government would initiate corrective actions. Now, you're talking about corrective actions, Mr. Kenya, but my point is, if somebody has indulged in corruption, should you not take action against him? Should the minister not be removed? Of course, we are happy about what has happened, but in the larger context of things, Mr. Temjem Imna Along needs to take responsibility, and he must step down. Of course, it is possible that the people in Nagaland who have been protesting might be happy about this decision of yours, and will go back to their work, day-to-day work, and say all is well, let us prepare and see that no corruption happens. But what about the corruption which happened? Should somebody not take responsibility? Is there accountability? This has to do with the education of your children, people of Nagaland, and therefore I insist that the Chief Minister, Mr. Neepo Rio, steps in, intervenes, and takes a decision which sends out a very strong message to everybody who is part of this government that no corruption, no backdoor entries, which mean corruption and only corruption, will be tolerated. When we talk about education, there can be no corruption in the appointments of teachers, and therefore, though I do understand what the 147 people must be feeling and how they must be reacting to it, but a wrong is a wrong. A wrong is a wrong. And therefore, one must understand that if you also get baited into this kind of a situation, there will be people who will stand up and fight for the right and for their rights and for your rights. And therefore, let's see whether the Chief Minister of Nagaland really takes a good, strong decision and makes sure that heads roll. Mr. Kenya is saying that there have been serious lapses, and this has to do with the education department, the technical education department, Mr. Kenya. So should no heads be rolling? Whose heads are going to be rolling? We will be waiting and watching. And people of Nagaland, do share this video. Make sure that you continue to speak. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of everybody who has started to speak up like you should be in a democracy, because Nagaland can become a beautiful, wonderful, corruption-free place where jobs are in plenty when you start speaking up for your rights, against corruption, and for everything that can make your lives better, the state better. The state will progress only when you start speaking up against any wrong that happens. One thing that I have noticed while I was in Nagaland also, I noticed this, that action does happen, but the cover-ups must be happening as well, because I have seen a lot of beautiful resorts also, and I've seen how the common man in Nagaland, how the common woman in Nagaland reacts to those who have made a lot of money through politics. And that is a matter of concern. But if you really want your state to prosper, for you to progress, for corruption to disappear, for you to have a state which is corruption free, which can truly progress, only then you will have to speak up. Do share this video and do let me know what you think about Mr. Temjem Imna Along still being in that chair, or any other person whose heads should be rolling. Should heads roll? Was this corruption? Can you let go of it just because the order has been reversed? It has been reversed because of the protest, not because corruption has disappeared. Corruption still exists, and that is why this lapse had happened. I'll see you again with another topic, another video on Nagaland very soon. Stay happy, stay safe, Nagaland. I'm so proud of you.